Hi and welcome to this Autoemotional presentation for a rather fetching looking Audi A4. Now this particular vehicle in the, shall we say, the car world, the automotive realm that we deal in, is known as the little big car. This vehicle, although having rather a diminutive footprint, shall we say, is rather a bit of a TARDIS. Jumping on the inside, not only do you have great space for 5 adults, but you also have a huge specification on this car, much akin to its much larger A5, A6, A7 and A8 big brothers. This particular A4 really does have a marvelous specs. It's a 2013, so it's a facelift. This is one of the modern generation Audi A4, so it's benefiting from having that rather frugal engine that you have placed under the hood. And not only is it rather economical on fuel, but it also allows for a great bit of driving, shall we say, stance and panache when you're up against another vehicle of a similar spec. You put your foot down and you're really not disappointed, and that's before you even put it into the sports drive. You've also got the Triptronic gearbox on this particular vehicle, so you can actually drive it much akin to a manual car. But to be absolutely honest, this is a sort of vehicle that once you get in, you're more besotted by all the little luxuries that you do actually have on the car. Xenon automatic headlights that you have throughout the vehicle that really do give a lovely taste on the car. Alloy wheels, as you can see, in fantastic condition, as are the tyres. Now this particular car is actually only being sold as its current UK expat owner is actually moving away from the UAE and begrudgingly can't take the car with him at the same time. It does actually have a balance of service and warranty for another year. That's right, this vehicle does have service and warranty contract up until 2017, so you've got 1 whole year of complete peace of mind when you choose to purchase this particular beautiful Audi A4. As you can see, the bodywork is in immaculate condition. This really is a vehicle that seems as though it's rolled out of the showroom only just the other day in brilliant condition. Not a single mark or dent to mention on the vehicle whatsoever. The alloy wheels totally unmarked. Every single thing has been done as you would expect from not only Nabooda, as it's of course allowed to be taken in and out without any cost or expense to the owner, and that could be you if you're lucky enough to end up with this vehicle. Even something as commonplace as the tints that you do get in many places was only done by 3M, so you've got quality materials being used throughout the build of the car as well as on the upkeep of the car itself. Now let's jump in here. I'm going to be using one of 4 keys. Yes, there's actually 4 keys with this vehicle. So remote central locking, as you can see. We're going to jump to the driver's seat in a minute and go through all the toys, and they are many, but let's just say that the vehicle, as you can see, is in fabulous condition. Again, those 3M tints doing their job, keeping the UV rays and the heat out of the car, but still giving it that aesthetic look to make it look nice and cool during the summer months. Beautiful trim combination you've got here, complementing the gunmetal grey metallic on the exterior of the car. You've got this beige leather interior that again is totally unmarked. You've even got the pull down armrest and the full first aid kit, never ever taken out, as you can imagine, on this vehicle. I do like to have the armrest down on the rear. It gives that nice bit of luxury to your rear occupants. Of course, you've got AC controls in the back there as well. That wood grain finish, really a marvelous selection there by the owner, contrasting with the chocolate brown and the brushed aluminium as well. Again, those 3M tints really do make for a lovely cocooning space when you jump inside the car. And 1 of 4 keys, and the brilliant thing is when you press and hold it down, the boot pops open properly. It doesn't just ping open slightly and you've got to do the rest of the work. If you're just got one hand to hand, so to speak. You're not going to be disappointed. Press that key and it all pops open. You can see that the spare in absolutely immaculate condition. Of course, never been out of the vehicle. The car has only just gone to 80,000 kilometers, so barely broken in on a prestige mark such as an Audi like this. Airbags, of course, throughout the vehicle. There you can see it on the side of the doors as well. Again, that brushed aluminium trim throughout the cabin really does make for a wonderful, wonderful place. Light beige roof lining as well, so giving you a huge amount of space on the inside, both aesthetically and, well, technically as well, I suppose, because it's not cramped, and despite my 6'2" frame, it's more than comfortable. Jumping into the car is, of course, a great pleasure because you're greeted by lots of toys. The starting on the vehicle, again, being a modern Audi, is rather different. With your foot on the brake, you simply press the key in, it switches on, and as you can see, all the lights come on as they're supposed to and go out as they're supposed to as well. Being a rather hot day, what we're going to do is demonstrate the AC straight away. And again, yes, you can't feel it, but if I crank that up to 12, you're certainly going to be able to hear it, and you're just about going to be able to hear me as well. The vehicle does have auto digital climate control, so you can set a different temperature for yourself as well as your lucky front passenger. Toggle through and you'll adjust the fan speed, or you will adjust the temperature, and there you can see the driver can select independently of the passenger themselves. We'll keep it down to 5, so we have a nice audible channel coming through for you. Then again, you can select the mode, and that brings up the screen here, so every button that I'm selecting down below will actually flick through. So as soon as I press mode, you can see I can select through which type of mode I want. Of course, recirculating air and automatic AC, so it'll bring the temperature up to your desired setting and then stay there as well. Now, this Audi concert stereo is cracking, married to the volume knob there, and as well as that for the mode button, excuse me, so that you can actually flick through what sort of audio you're desiring, such as your radio, preset channels, so on and so forth. But a lovely little hidden touch that you can just about make out here is this little slot. This little slot actually carries a micro SD card, so you can actually simply dump all of your music onto a micro SD card, and you're going to get it come through this Audi concert stereo. Cracking sound, but of course, due to copyright issues, we don't play tracks here at Autoemotional. We'll let you imagine what the sound sounds like, but rest assured, it's a 10 out of 10. Again, pressing any of the buttons will then start engaging the front screen, that being the radio, media, letting you cycle through, and there you can see it's got the SD card icon. I'll just bring it up closer, letting you know you can play off your SD card as well. Info, no traffic reports, as you do get those come through on the vehicle. The car also has the much desired Bluetooth connectivity, so nice safe driving as well. You can also set up the car. I mean, there's just a huge amount of items to go through, which of course we're not going to do. Central locking, exterior lighting, instrument cluster control, the oil level, the parking system, service interval, vehicle ID number, windows, windscreen wipers. So lots of toys for you to get through, and you'll be able to set up the vehicle absolutely as you want. Power adjustable steering, of course. You can get it to your most comfortable setting by just toggling it through from the bottom. You've also got cruise control, much handy here when you're flying from Emirate to Emirate. But of course, with that frugal engine, you're not going to feel the pinch on your pocket. The petrol needle really just barely moves for a car that actually shifts so very well. As mentioned previously, you've of course got the steering mounted buttons there that flick through quite a few different modes as well. You've also got automatic headlights, so once it's in that setting, if you go through a tunnel, or if the evening light does fall down on you, or you're going through a bit of a dark patch where it's underpass perhaps, the lights will automatically come on for you. And of course, you've also got the front and rear fog lights, central locking off the button as well. Electric mirrors, that being the drivers and that being the passengers. Needless to say that they are fully working. They're also heated and power folding as well, so in case you do get into a bit of a tight spot, you simply toggle the button round and the windows do collapse on themselves, so you can get out of any tight spots. Electric windows all the way throughout, and we're not going to demonstrate that as the vehicle's just been validated. We don't want any watermarks on it, but again, from the outside you can see those 3M tints really doing their job, and it's perfectly clear, street legal, with of course the receipt, which we'll just flick through in a second, but of course giving that nice dark appearance from the outside as well. Again, you've got a full glass sunroof here, which is tilt and slide, and we'll tilt it for you. We won't slide it fully back again, so we don't want any watermarks back when we have any test drives on this particular car. And most important thing, of course, is the paperwork. Here you have the original Audi booklet, and again, we're not going to go through everything, but rest assured, every single paperwork in here is al Nabooda. The only one that is not is the receipt from 3M demonstrating that the window tints were done off them. You've got full service history, and there you go again, 3M window protection. Again, the vehicle benefits from servicing and warranty all the way up to October 2017. So you really are going to get a cracking deal with this car. All the relevant books are there in place, and as mentioned previously, but I just stretch over and get this for you. Very rare to see this on a car. You've got another 3 keys in here, and bear in mind there's one in the ignition now as well. So you've got yourself an absolutely cracking vehicle. You can also, there's a cable you can patch into if you don't want to get even more audio access, but you've got the built-in audio infrastructure there as well. And as mentioned previously, lots of airbags throughout the vehicle. This is a car that's going to make someone very, very, very happy and very, very, very proud. You got the warning signal there when the doors open, so absolutely everything works on the car as it should. You've also got the electronic parking brake, again being a new generation Audi. That beautiful gearbox, which not only can be driven as a normal automatic, but of course in the sports mode, and Triptronic as well. And you can have a bit of fun with the vehicle if you want to turn the skid control off, but really and truly it's a vehicle that you just jump in, hit D and just cruise along. So all in all, ladies and gentlemen, you've been given a very special offer of a vehicle that really does tick all the boxes for lots of reasons. Whether you are a growing family or a executive and you're looking for something that flies under the radar but does so with a bit of class and a bit of panache, and of course you've got that warranty from Audi giving you trouble-free motoring for another 12 months from the date of recording this video. It's a beautiful car, and we know it's not going to hang around for a long time. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for watching this presentation by Autoemotional.